Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Playing the Part. I'm João, and this is
Brian.
and we're here with another episode, giving you guys a glimpse at what we're playing right now, giving you what we like, what we don't like, and hopefully some recommendations that you guys will like and hopefully check out. Um, this week we're going to be doing two different games. Mine's going to be actually the Pokemon trading card game for I think iPhone. It might be out for Android, but I'm not sure. But it's one of the apps on there. And you're going to be doing
Dynasty Warriors Origin.
Dynasty Warriors Origins. For any of those OG fans, you're probably going to like this. So without further ado, I think I'll go first on this round for the Pokemon trading card game. I wanted to do this. I was going to do a different game, but literally like maybe 15 minutes ago, we had a conversation about it, and I was like, okay, I got to do this. And I want to express my satisfaction for it because at first I did not think I was going to like this at all. My brother told me about it. I've heard about it. Actually, Marquise Brownlee, MKBHD on YouTube, his studio, he has a separate channel called The Studio where it's based on the studio that they work at and create the videos. They actually were rating some apps for the past year and like how much they like them, and this showed up on a lot of people's radars as one of their favorite apps or games that they had been playing. So that's how I first heard about it because I didn't realize they had this, and my brother told me to grab the game and explore it. So I was like, screw it, let me give it a shot and see how it is. And I thought I was gonna hate it, and I'm kind of like a Coke fiend now. I'm like waiting for my next pull. But it's basically, to my knowledge, just like the actual trading card game for Pokemon. For anybody that actually collects the physical cards, basically you go on the app. It gives you like a pull, or you can get like a card,
Different
and,
packs.
yeah, different packs and stuff, and get the cards, and like you get to keep those cards that are in the pack. You get two pulls a day, like one every 12 hours throughout the day. And then, of course, there's stuff that you can earn throughout the game that'll let you get more pulls. You can also, this is where the microtransaction part comes in. You can pay for more pulls, obviously. It's a free to play game, so you're not paying for the game, but any microtransactions you would have to pay for, obviously. And it is really, really good. I like it way more than I thought I was going to. There's a certain satisfaction, like the dopamine hit that you get from like pulling a new card, or like something
Shiny.
yeah, like shiny, or an EX card or something that has like an alternate art on it and stuff. And I think that's what keeps me going on it, because it gives you the satisfaction for that collector.
Yeah.
Which that's what I am, like playing like a video game and stuff like that too. Like if you give me a mission or like a trophy where I have to go around and collect things, if it's easy enough, I'll go and I'll do it. And I'll make sure I get everything. I did that for Stellar Blade. I collected all those damn cans. And it's kind of like the same thing for this. They show you the whole list of what you have. There's different expansions that they have in there that you have to fill up. And it's just like super pleasing to go in and just open up a pack and hopefully get something new, something that might be rare. And I like it a lot for that pure reason. Even if you just did that, I would think it was pretty cool. I'm like, oh, it's a nice thing to kill some time. But on top of that, they actually have matches that you can do in there for the Pokemon battles, because you're collecting the cards to build a deck and battle with them. And that's the point of the game. And what they do for people like me who hasn't played Pokemon before at all, whether it's a video game or the trading cards, they make you do like solo missions where you can play against a computer, and there's different like ranks for like levels, like like beginner, intermediate, and you can slowly like build up your knowledge of the game, and it gets you acclimated with like the weaknesses and stuff, like how things work and stuff like that. So that's pretty cool. They do have ranked matches where you can play against actual people too, which I haven't tried yet because I'm still a beginner. So I'm still going through like the tutorial courses and stuff for it. And I think recently, within this past week or two, they added ranked matches now.
Okay.
To where you can battle somebody and actually be nationally ranked, with, which I think is awesome for people that are like actually competitive, may not have the means to actually go and do like a tournament and stuff like that. You can see how well you do against other people. So in all, I think it's a great experience for people that haven't played it, always wanted to get into it, may not have the money to actually buy cards. and just want to get that same experience, that same feeling. And to be honest with you, it makes me now actually want to buy the actual physical cards.
Yeah.
Because you're getting a little bit of that that experience that people get from doing it. So all in all, I think they did a good job for it. Of course, they have microtransactions, but it's not like do this. Like it's not like maybe Call of Duty where they nothing but in your face. They do it like they give you the option, and they have a statement in the game where it says you can play this game completely for free. But obviously, we have things to like.
That's why for a lot of like the app games, I get into them a lot, but then like the microtransactions just become like you have to buy in order for you to progress or to win against anything that we're doing now. And like, okay, I'm time to go off. Yeah, that's my whole mentality on that.
Yeah, and another good thing about it is that even though there are microtransactions that can maybe speed things up, it forces you to do it like the kind of like the old school way. Like I tried, I only have one expansion that's completed, and instead of buying more assets to get like more pulls and stuff, I actually had to like trade with people. Like I traded with my brother because there was stuff that I wasn't getting that he had, so I traded with them. I traded with the friend that I have on there too, and it lets you trade between people, which is good because it builds kind of community. And then it lets you do something called like a wonder pick, where you can look at other people's decks. It gives you like a selection that they have, and you can pick one of their cards, and you can just do that, and you'll take one of their cards. You can send them a thank you. I've gotten somebody request me as a friend from that because I guess they got a card from me. They sent me a thank you, and then they sent me a friend invite and stuff. So they've done a really good job, and I'm excited to see how much further they take it and what they add on to the actual experience itself. But overall, if you guys haven't played it and you're looking for something to kill time, that'll be great. It's if you've played Pokemon Go, give this a shot.
Like, how long would you say each match kind of lasts?
It depends. I'd say maybe from me doing like the tutorial ones, I'd say between like 5 to 10 minutes. And
okay,
stuff.
so they're more on the quicker base of like, cool, boom, 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 done, next one.
That's what I like about it the most is that they're like super, like quick, and stuff like that.
It's not a 30-minute slog. You're kind of going through. Okay.
Because you basically in this, I don't know if it's different from actually playing in real life, but you have to kill 3 of their monsters and stuff. As long as you do that, you're done. And if you're just doing it one after another turn, it's super quick. It's not like a super long battle or anything like that, which I think is awesome. Because if you had to sit there and battle like all day just to get like a win, I think that would be a lot more unbearable. And stuff. So you go to the bathroom, sit on the toilet, nail a match, and then come back out. Yeah.
You're not like, okay, I can't feel my legs anymore now.
Yeah. Yeah. No, they did a really good job, and it's just the right amount of stuff to keep you engaged.
Cool.
Yeah. So good job, Nintendo. This time. But no, if you're gonna ask me, I'm gonna give it a glowing recommendation. My phone will agree with that too because I've been showing it a lot of attention with the game. So. But without further ado, that's my recommendation for Pokemon, the trading card game, the app. Feel free to get that wherever you get. But Brian, yours is going to be Dynasty Warriors?
Dynasty Warriors Origins, great game. One of my first PS2 games that I bought back in the day was Dynasty Warriors. I remember being at Virgin Record Clubs and downtown Disney, going up to the second floor and where they had the video games and stuff, and they had a demo of it. And I'm just like, and I was just there for 30 minutes playing this game. I'm like, I need to buy this, and eventually got it. Loved it. It's, if you don't know what Dynasty Warriors is, it's basically you're one guy against 1,000 people, and you're just hacking and slashing against an army, going to the main guy and killing him, and that's all you're doing. But you're a different character you can choose from, and they all have different weapons, and they went through 9 iterations of this.
Yeah.
And the 9th one, the last one that came out, they kind of like did this open world thing, and it was not good. It just was not good. They had this whole crafting thing where you had to like go on your horse and collect berries and trees, and you had to climb up this tower to see it was just like, no.
Yeah, like
they tried to copy the movies.
Yeah.
It was not. I got like 2 hours into it. I was like, I can't do this anymore. And then they were quiet for like 6, 7, 8, 9 years and do anything. All of a sudden, like, trailer came out for Origins. It was like, wait, what is this? Kept my eye on it and like waited for like the came out, saw some reviews, saw some gameplay. I'm like, I bought it like immediately. I'm like, yep, I'm buying this. I don't care. I platinumed the game. It was very fun. You start off as just a no-name wandering person who gets caught up in the Yellow Turban Rebellion. And what I really like about this game is they kind of expanded upon the early parts of the game. So in usual past games, the Yellow Turban Rebellion and the Dongsho Rebellion kind of were like three matches, boom, and goes on to the Three Kingdom era
Like
type of thing.
tutorials and stuff,
Yep,
yeah.
and then like just get you set up for that thing. There's 5 chapters. The first chapter is the Yellow Turban. Second chapter is Dongzhuo. So it's like they give a full-on story element to Zheng Jiao, to Dongzhuo. You're like, oh wow, like you really like figure out these characters, and you're like, I hate this guy even more now, or I love this guy. He is a dick. And so it was really good to like expand upon that. They also did a like little overworld mini map type of thing where you kind of like were on it and you kind of explore to the actual battle zone areas. Or they also had like little skirmishes where you could just do a quick little 5-minute or 2-minute battle, jump into that. You had bonds as well with their other officers you kind of like talked to or fought with, and they would increase, and you have little cinematics moments with them. And everyone kind of assumes that they like with the bond system they were thinking about making like a romance system with them, because some of the guys get pretty thirsty with your character towards the end when you max out their bonds, and it's just like, all right, like okay. And even like there's only like 3 girls that are in this too, and they're all guys, everyone else, so everyone's like, all right, these guys are thirsty with my character, like all right, whatever, have a good time. But aside from that, the story is really good. They really expand upon that a lot. And you have 10 different weapons you can unlock eventually, and they're all different. So the sword, which is your first one, is very reminiscent to the past games where it's weak attacks linking into strong attacks and getting a finisher. Then you have ones that are very button press timings. You want to kind of like that make up bigger combos. Some are just basic charge attacks. Some of them are just there just for you to stand still and have the guys come to you and you just smash and pound and everything. So each weapon is very unique and very different. They all have battle arts as well. So you can like, okay, cool, jump into this battle art. Then they also got a dodge and a parry system into it as well. So when you parry, you can perfect parry and do a counterattack. You have you dodge at the right time, you gain spirit power, which then you can do your battle arts even more. So it became a lot more focused on being into a character, having a one-on-one duel with an officer, or just being just regular peons running around and guarding at the perfect time, boom, non-stop action. Instead of just running into a crowd and just smacking everything, you actually had to like pay attention a bit more. Especially when you got to the harder levels. It's like, yeah, a peon can easily kill you in the harder levels. So it's like, nice. So we had that aspect. Same thing like with the Three Kingdom period. Once you get to that point of like, you can kind of choose your own path. You want to be with Shu, be with Wei, be with Wu, and you just follow their path and their story of how they came to be. It ends at if you know what Dynasty Warriors is, at the end of the Battle of Chibi, which is a big battle area. And that's when when the Three Kingdoms, the Three Kingdoms kind of really solidify into the Three Kingdoms. Yeah. And that's how they kind of end it. And you're like, oh crap. So everyone's like waiting for the next game, like for sure, like waiting for the next zone of like, okay, what happens next after this? That's when everyone is like, all right, the Three Kingdoms kind of going after each other, kind of left and right, instead of this beginning aspect of it into it. Complaints a little bit about it is, since you're this no-name warrior, everything kind of revolves around you. So some type of the special duels between certain officers that were there aren't happening anymore, because you're the main character, and those duels aren't happening because you're fighting that officer now instead of these two are fighting it. Yeah. So those little like moments are gone, which I don't like. It gets rid of the uniqueness of some of the characters now, because like, oh, this duel between these two people were always like talked about and always loved, and it didn't happen.
Yeah, and the lore. Like
they really gave like a big broad brushstrokes of like, like this guy's here doing all this stuff history now. Yeah. But it didn't detract from the game at all too. Just kind of like, oh, I wish they would have had this. And they have some of like what if moments where you save a character that died, but they don't really expand upon that at all. Like, okay, you saved him, and then he doesn't do anything else for the rest of like the 3 chapters that he would have been dead on, and you just saved him. Now he just sits there on the side. So it would have been nice if they kind of expanded upon the like, oh yeah, you saved him, so now he's involved in these battles now and helping you out and doing this, and makes this part easier because he's alive now, which they could do on. And also a bit more in the what if moments. What if in the very first chapter, you save the Yellow Turbans. Like you're actually a part of them. Have their story kind of like complete what if scenario of like have them conquer China, and like what would actually happen if the Yellow Turbans won everything. Let's see how that works.
Yeah, I like the whole what if.
Yeah, and especially since you expanded upon them in the beginning. Go ahead, go full blown, like expand upon them, like do a full what if dream scenario of like Zhang Zhao controlling everything. What would he do?
Yeah, I feel like that would be a good implementation of doing the origin character and stuff, because that's a good what if, and to have like somebody like that, I think that's pretty smart.
Yeah. And that's one thing that people are kind of asking for DLC is like, let's do a what if scenario with Lu Bu as my main guy that I follow, and see what would happen if Lu Bu stayed alive, conquered everything, because it's Lu Bu. Like he's the best warrior, and even like his fight that you do one-on-one on him with, it's ridiculous. And like the cinematic cutscene's really good. Like they gave him a great cutscene when you finally beat him and everything. And like every time I fought him just on just regular board, I watched that cutscene because it was so good and everything.
That has to be good, because usually once you see something one time, you usually skip.
Cool. Yep. Skip the next one. Like it's like, okay, this is the part where like jerk him the chains to wrap him down. Like so
how did you like the different weapons?
Like I really liked them. I would change them up quite a bit because they have a leveling system as well with it. So as the more you use this weapon, they would get more mastery levels, and that would unlock some skills or some stat points for you. So they really want you to try all the weapons out. So you really kind of like see which one you gel with. Some of them you don't. Like the fists and the rings, I didn't gel with too much. The staff I really gelled with, and the sword I gelled with a lot. So I'm like, cool, like these are the ones that I like to go to a lot. And they also did a lot of they had like ultimate missions that you could do, which you would kill this guy in the first 2 minutes type of thing, and you have to be on ultimate difficulty as well. So of course they're harder, but you unlock the best horses, the best weapons, and stuff like that too by doing it. So it gives you those incentives to do these ultimate little missions and everything to make them harder. So it was really, really fun. Kind of like you said with the weapons, it's like you're gonna find some you like, find some you don't like, but each of them are viable. They kind of like buffed some of the ones that weren't competing with the other ones. They kind of buffed them a little bit to make them better. So the devs are still actively looking at what they can improve, what they can make. And I mean, sales were through the roof. They were not expecting the sales that they got. And everyone was just like, this is exactly what we wanted in Dynasty Warriors. And like 100%, like this is like, yes, this is what I want.
Because like attached to what you said earlier about like how bad 9 was, the weird thing about it, and I'm glad they went back to like, I guess you could say the drawing board.
Yep.
But the weird thing is that like in that time between 9 and this, they came out with some decent games.
Yep.
Like Hyrule Warriors.
Yep.
Strikers.
Strikers.
Strikers was awesome like that.
Your Dragon Quest Team Builders, or the One Piece 4, and even like their other flagship Samurai Warriors 5 didn't really do as well. And they're just like, what can we do to switch up the formula but kind of make it the same that everyone kind of enjoys? And they finally came out with this, and they made it.
I feel like they found a good balance.
Yep, and it's kind of comparable a little bit to the Dark Souls type of thing of that game kind of changed a lot of the genres a bit, and a lot of the combat flow of a lot of things. So they kind of took some things from Dark Souls in the sense of like the stamina bar, the parrying system, the dodge system, and everyone's like, yes, I'm now a single guy going against these boss types officers with a parry and with this instead of just, oh, I'm blocking. I'm not doing any damage. Cool, blocking, instead of like, perfect block. Yes, I got the counterattack on him. Smack him a bit around. Yeah. So it gets you more interested in the fight.
Yeah, I like that, and I like the emphasis on the boss battles, because if I'm correct, which I might not be, I think when you fight a boss now, they make it like a thing where like all the people surround and just watch. And
so there's the morale system they have in there now. It's if the enemy has a higher morale, those peons will just smack you around. You'll just be toss. And they also have like little tactics and arts where the main guy will come to me, officers, and like people will just his peons will swarm around him and guard him, and they'll have shields up, and you got to break those shields to get into him. Or if they'll have the officers will do their Musu attacks, and I'll be like, oh, you need to like break his guard in the next 30 seconds, or he's gonna do his ultimate attack. Oh crap! I'm gonna go after this guy and make sure I break his guard so he doesn't do this ultimate attack and wipes out everyone around me. Like, oh crap! So they give you those tactics now as well to kind of get in there and like pay attention to. They also give it on the other side as well, where one of your guys can do his ultimate, and like it ups everyone's morale. Or they have if you're getting ready to like invade the fortress, they'll wait for you in a sense. They'll wait until like you can clear out everything and make sure all your other officers on your sides are ready to go for the attack. Then you go to like the little circle area. I'm like, okay, guys, we're ready, and everyone will charge together to the fortress, which makes this more like cinematic feel of like, all right, everyone's ready, go, and they all just come in, and doing that boosts your morale and lowers their morale because all of a sudden now they have a charging army coming after them. Oh no! And they freak out, and so it lowers their morale a bit. So it's really cool.
That's good. It shows, at least in this case, like they've been doing with this, like their 10th Dynasty Warriors game, but it shows that they know or relearn that sometimes it's the little things.
Yep.
You know?
Yep. Because I remember like in 3 and 4 when the morale system was kind of there, and it's just like it was just a slider. That's all it was. Like it really didn't matter. Like the enemy could be at full morale, and you just go right to the enemy and kill immediately. Like it really didn't matter at all. So like now it matters.
That's awesome. So I take that that's a thumbs up for you.
Oh yeah, glowing recommendation for sure. I would definitely buy it full price. If you get it on sale, cool. Like you're definitely going to spend a lot of time with it. Even if you don't do all 3 paths, you just do your one path that you like, you're still going to have a good time playing it.
Yeah. Well, I'm definitely going to give it a shot.
Yeah, and they should have a demo out as well for it. Do. So you're on the fence, download the demo, for sure.
Out. And then I'm excited now that you mentioned that to see how they proceed further now that it ends at Chibi and stuff. So I'm definitely going to give it a shot.
Yeah.
So. But that's our take on those 2 games, the Pokemon trading card game and Dynasty Warriors Origins.
Yep.
As always, we appreciate you guys for being here with us this week and every week. Remember to like, follow, and subscribe, and make sure you check out those games. Leave a comment, see how you think about them. And we'll catch you guys on the next one.
Have a good one.
Peace.